Welcome back. Tennessee's governor signed a controversial bill to allow schools to arm teachers into law earlier today. After the bill passed the State House Tuesday, despite intense protests in and outside the chamber from gun control advocates.
Blood on your hands! Blood on your hands!
Now, the bill requires those carrying concealed handguns to undergo training and have the approval of school officials and law enforcement. Yesterday, Governor Lee called the legislation a tool to keep children safe.
I think we need to be really clear about what this law does. You're right. Districts have the option to choose the vetting that's required, the training that's required, the approval from the district, the approval from local law enforcement. This is an option, and I think it's an important one that districts should have.
Now, look, it's worth noting Tennessee is far from alone on this issue. More than half the states in the country have laws permitting teachers to carry guns on school grounds. That's according to the Giffords Law Center to Prevent Gun Violence. Joining me now for more is Blaise Gainey, a political reporter for NPR's Nashville station. Thank you so much for joining me. Governor Lee has now signed the bill, as we said. Take us through the specifics of the legislation. Are there any requirements for school districts to arm their teachers?
No requirements. This is something that school districts can choose to do. Like you said earlier, the principal, the school districts, and the local law enforcement all have to sign a memorandum of understanding first. And then the teacher after that has to go through a lot of training, about 40 hours of training, get a background check, a psychological test, and get a handgun carry permit. A lot of that all at their own expense. So far, some districts have already said that they will not be allowing their teachers to bear arms on campus.
Well, those are important details as we understand this legislation. Look, the backdrop to this is that it comes more than a year after 6 people were killed, including 3 students in that Covenant school shooting. Can you take us inside the community? How are those families reacting? How is the broader community reacting? What's the response?
I mean, you heard it in that clip there. Some of the Covenant parents who have students that go to the school were there, and they were chanting blood on your hands. I think they really believe that this will make schools more dangerous and open the chance up of schools being attacked. Now, obviously, on the other side of this, you have Republicans who believe that this will help make schools a deterrent, and so people won't want to go there because they don't know if teachers are armed or if school resource officers may be there. So it's 2 sides of a different coin. Governor Bill Lee actually tried to say that some Covenant parents have told him that they wanted their teachers to be armed.
Well, it's just an incredibly emotional scene there, just extraordinary, the reaction. And look, part of the uproar was about how all of this played out on the House floor on Tuesday. Walk us through how this unfolded and why Democratic lawmakers are so angry.
Well, after the Covenant school shooting last year, this bill was already in action, and they had stopped moving any bills last year. And so I think a lot of people thought the issue had gone away. And then when session came back this year, the Senate passed it, and the House was next to do it. A lot of people, as you see, rallied against the idea for weeks, saying don't pick up the bill, and still they chose to pass it, even though I want to say 300 people were there trying to say do not do this. I think it goes against a lot of what parents and students wanted to see happen.
Well, we will continue to track it, and we really appreciate your joining us. Blaise Gainey, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.